Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 7 update for Raven's Magical Academy. This should be for Christmas Day 12/25. I'm recording this on 12-24 because it's the holidays, so the structure of this might be a little different. I did get a lot of work done this week on the game. I created a particle system for each of the different attacks, as well as started to decouple the actions from the attack button, so that way it now relies on the animation system, and I set different triggers inside of the animation so that way it's not based on timing anymore. I added a take damage effect to our enemies, and you can also see that here in the health bar. We may as well press play while I'm explaining all these. We now have the enemy UI appearing and disappearing if they are selected or deselected, as well as adding a death particle once they are killed. We now also have a functional base of the affinity attacks based on what the enemies are strong or weak or reflect or absorb, as well as adding the text to indicate that to the player. The health bars on the enemies are now also changing from green to yellow to red as they hit 50% and then 20%, and now we also have a game manager that loosely tracks if the enemy or if the player has triggered an enemy affinity attack. So in this particular instance, let me pull up here. We have our game manager here, which is tracking everything that you've unlocked for the different enemies here. We have in our start function, just to demonstrate that it works, our puckwudgie equals true. So whatever the affinity is towards our puckwudgie, in this case, it is nothing. They are not strong or weak against it here. So let's try this again, see if we can get a couple more enemies so that way I can showcase that. Here we go. We have our sequoiant. We have the Squonk, who is strong against transfiguration, and then our Minawashatu, if you can see that, is strong against physical attacks. Currently, I only have this one pink button working, which is temporary. Don't judge me on that. But once you play that, you will see that it is working. In this instance, it is a Dark Arts attack, which would be this pink one here. So we can press that, and it will deal damage to our Squonk, and it will kill our Squonk, and then it will cycle through and do our different attacks here. And you can see that little particle effect here. Everything is tied currently to our first player here, so the player 2, 3, and 4 are still a little bit broken, but that's totally fine. We will get there. We have our Fresno Night Watchers and lots of sequoiants, which is not what we're looking for. I want a couple of different enemies here. So let's see here. I believe our Fresno Nightcrawler is now weak or strong against, here we go, strong against Dark Arts. So if we press attack, we should be able to see some text on our Fresno friend. So once we press that, we'll see a resist icon right there, and they took half of their health, and it starts to go down even further. So that is a fairly decent summary of what we did this week. Tune in next week where we will keep working on the battle system, and we will keep working on the game. Enjoy the holidays!